Got a 521 Super Serval on the dyno today. We just finished up for a guy. He had a 521 Super Cub with snipers. We changed out to the Paul Turner mids. He had 39s on it. We changed out to 35s for fuel economy. Did him a real nice port on a Super Serval cylinder, so kept the exhaust port really low. Changed all the angles and shapes and widths and everything. And he still kept his Cascade mufflers. Had new stingers made in there to match up between them. His old motor made mid 120s or low 120s for horsepower with the snipers and race gas and porting and stuff, and we'll see what this one makes. I've already broken in, made some passes, but we'll compare the graph here in a second. I'll make a quick dyno pass or two, and we will see what it does. Smoking a lot. I don't know if you've seen the video because we painted the pipes, so burning all that paint off, it stinks. So here is our 3 passes. First pass was 91.21. Second pass was 92.21. Third pass was 91.62. Most time on a drag motor, I only make 1 pass because you're lining up and racing someone, and you're not making 3 passes in a row so much for the real serious guys. But on the Dooner ones, we'll make as many as we can, get a bunch of heat in the motor and see what the curve looks like. So we usually throw away the first pass because it's always going to be the highest torque number, as you can see, but it's also going to be the less RPM. There's no heat in the pipe. So let's get rid of that one real quick. We'll hide that one and look at these other 2. So comes on over 40 horsepower at 5,000 RPMs. That's a lot of power at 5,000 RPMs. Dips down to 32, about 5,600, and then shoots up from there. So it's a really torquey motor. It comes on really soon. Peak power, we only got 8,500. That's pretty normal with these Paul Turner, especially mids. But the power curve that you have to the middle there to play in, the thing's gonna be really forgiving. You're gonna be able to put a lot of gear on it. He'll be able to get down the tree shots and root around and stuff like that. We got the air fuel set up on it. It's definitely not lean at all. So all I really care about is like from 7,000 out when you're on the pipe and seriously pulling, we're just checking main jet is all I care about. And we're down at 12 to 1. It's going to be super safe for cruising around, doing anything. I got the shop shut up today and the heat on, so it's not the best air in the world in here, but kind of gives you an idea that we're safe. He can go out and be safe with it. Now, the interesting part. Oops, wrong way. My torque. So, if we pull up his old motor, there's his old motor. Now, why in the world would someone ever want to lose all that horsepower? I mean, look at that thing. It made power at 10 grand, made 121.96 up there. Pulled out really nicely. This is why right here, all this mid-range power, he can just roll around and get in and out of the throttle and just cruise around and have a lot of torque right there. I mean, we're picking up 30, let's get rid of torque, it'll be easier. So horsepower-wise, we had 34 on his old one, we got 56. So he picked up 22 horsepower at 6,500 RPMs. That's a lot. You're going to feel that. Now, is it going to win races? No, not really. But is it going to be fun to ride and just super forgiving? Yes. Makes way better power all the way up until 8,500 RPMs. And then it just rolls off. I mean, it doesn't have great over rev, but I mean, it still gives you enough to get out of a tree shot or something like that. So kind of interesting. We go to torque side of things. Let's just put torque up. Same thing on torque. Peak torque on this one was like, right at 60, 59 and a half. Before we had 64 and 3/4. But all this torque in the mid-range here, for what he wants to do, it'll be way more fun to ride. And smaller carbs, better fuel economy. So not something we usually do, though. Giving people 30 less horsepower, and he's pretty excited to go ride it. So I'll let you know how it turns out for him, but kind of a neat test. I don't play around with the Paul Turners a whole lot, but it's always fun to see what they do, and it'll be a fun bike to ride. Not for everyone, but it'll be fun to ride. Thanks for watching.